Alright everybody, welcome to Jaraci Cup number 18. I'm gonna start before we get into the game here so I can show you our text documents, I'm sure. No pictures this time? No, there are. I don't know what to think about this, but I like it. What is it? Saban versus Galzian, and then Goal's gonna ban Torin. I think Ap3x has been playing Galzian as well, or maybe it was kind of most of the time, so it's kind of fun to see. And then what are we going to get here? GT, Canyon Outpost, Shallows, Kartoba, the Boneyard, Firebase, and College Teeth. And yeah, it's true, in the finals there's only going to be one left. And then there are other things here too. What is this? Oh, I see. This is the... Let me just close all this ridiculous crap. This is the... like, text document that's not a picture if you want to be lame. But we don't want to be lame, so we'll take the real one instead. So let's jump into game one here. Galzian versus Saban. Very fun, very fun. I see, he prefers playing Galzian, but not in a mirror. That makes sense then. Switching it up here. Hey, it's Master Chief. You can always tell it's the first cast of the day when I have to turn reveal all on. Yeah, I like the mirror, but I understand why a lot of people don't, because... Oh no, here come the hiccups. It'll always happen. It'll always happen. No, I like the mirror, but I understand why a lot of people don't, because there's a lot of skim wars that go on. And yeah, just as Houston is saying, whoever loses the skim battle just loses the game, right? And I think especially at like a lower level, as we are in the lower bracket here, it's typical to just see someone like look away for half a second and then just like completely die. And that's no fun for them. We don't tend to see like skimmer battle games turn into like an actual game in the mirror at this level. So Goal has Galzian here, and I think he had first pick, right? Actually, no, Ap3x had the first pick. Okay, interesting, interesting. Because I guess what I was gonna say is like maybe he grabs Galzian and then Ap3x is like, well, I don't want the mirror, and then switches it up, but. Ap3x knew, I guess, that his opponent was going to play Galzian and switched it up ahead of time, which is pretty cool. Nice heads-up play right there. You're interested in the progress. Yeah, you may have noticed it's not out yet. Give me like a week. It'll be done soon. It'll be done soon. That's why my hard drive is like completely full right now. But I did check. We'll have enough space for the recordings, so we should be fine. I just have to move all these to the D drive, like, after they get finished. Between series, I reckon. Well, it's gonna be a ref mode first play here for, Mr. Morte. And we got the LAVs and the carry production synced up almost there. It's just gonna be like 10 seconds off, that's pretty good. In 1 to 2. 1 to do what, I wonder? Days? Weeks? Months? Wait a minute, did that happen? Did someone go Sandskimmer Fab and then get ref mode? Oh no, I didn't see that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Also, kind of weird, he has ref mode, but he's only got like one RU miner, which is a little strange. Looks like he is building more though, so... they'll come out eventually. Yes, Snad Skimmers, it is true. And I like the fan out too, because he has the scanners, so now he's got like full map coverage. Although I do like to put the scanner, you have to turn reveal all off to see the map borders. I like to put the scanner somewhere that it can see the map border, because then you don't have to like put this guy up here, but... Ah, I see. Yeah, it's good to, it's good to be ready to make those skims if you need them, like if your opponent is rushing you, but if he's not, you really just want to get onto your eco faster. But it's probably a small difference, I would think, in the grand scheme of things so far. Might matter in, like, the very top tier of play, but... What's he going for? Honor Guard Rush? Come on, nobody would ever do that, Carrier. Nobody would ever do that. By the way, nice trade there for Ap3x. Grabs a Sandskimmer for free. And yeah, I mean, this looks pretty good. Like, the numbers are definitely adding up, and he's got a really strong position up on this hill. You know, at some point you're gonna have to, like, jump back onto one base here, because otherwise you're gonna be in a lot of trouble, but that's a problem because obviously Apex is on 2 already. And the fight's still just kind of going the way you expect. 6-1 here, so that's really, really good. Now the Salvager's gonna start moving, but it's a little bit late, and so one of them is gonna die here, I believe. Oh, no, 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 don't target the PC. Oh, he could have killed the Salvager, but now he's gonna get nothing instead. That's why I always say, you gotta target the Salvagers instead. We do have 2 PC here, and that's gonna mean more production, which could maybe get him back into this game. But this is why I'm always, like, harping on getting that carrier production upgrade right away. You can see what a difference it makes, right? This is much better than just having, like, Armor 1 or something and then half as many of these. Why kill Salvager and free fleet cap? Well, I mean, it's good. Salvagers are expensive, you know? Yeah, you always wanna kill those Salvagers when you have a chance. And the PC, it just has so much more health that it's much more likely that this is gonna happen, where you damage it to half and then you have to leave. No, I don't hate railguns here, Carrier. Clearly just Carrier does hate them, but... Because, you know that you're going to be down on the strikecraft numbers basically, like, forever, and so the railguns can at least give you a way to transition out, but you do still need to have a lot of sandskimmers, and I think this is overbuilding at this point. Did I have a terrible Christmas as promised? I bet I did say that, didn't I? No, it was actually great. This time the PC is taking fire and will go down, I think. And you can see, these assault railguns, what's nice about them is that they have more range than the LAVs, but they don't do as much damage as, like, a big blob of sandskimmers would to those units, so it's not as easy to kill them off when they dive on you. I actually really like getting maybe 2 or 3 assault rails here, but getting this many is too many. Nice, nice. It's gonna be Railgun Fab, it looks like, from Apex. I really like going air here, but you don't have to. This is sort of a situation where you're ahead enough that you could do anything. Except for this. I think this is a big mistake. You want to just stay in there, because you actually still have quite a lot of, like, potential to damage your opponent here. And you give him a lot more air to breathe if you back away. He wants to kill Carrier. Oh, he knows what he's about. You gotta give that to him. And it's just assault railguns. So, I mean, I will say having rails of your own is definitely going to counter that pretty hard. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie, losing a PC definitely hurts, but, you know. No, but I think Apex is saying, like, if he'll GG out after the air reveal comes and kills everything, but... I wouldn't worry about that too much. I would worry more about winning the game than whether or not your opponent's gonna surrender. And sure enough, railguns are hitting the field now, and we have Mag Cell coming out too. You love to see it. You love to see it. The only thing I don't want Apex to do is, like, overinvest into going wide here and getting the carrier upgrades as well. You just want to upgrade those railguns first. And he does have the carrier unlock here, but, like, honestly, as I get the hiccups again, I might just leave the carrier here and bring the support cruiser forward. I think it's actually more useful in this fight right now. The big brain move is to kill the enemy PC and then surrender yourself. Yeah, that will show them, Houston, that's for sure. I'm not sure what it will show them, but it'll show them, you know? True Giga Chad move. Yeah, only 2 sandskimmers here. That's not many. They might as well not be there at all. And these assault railguns are just not going to be able to fight the railguns from Apex, so... This is basically, like, this should be the game-winning push here, you know? If he doesn't win from here, it would be a mistake of Apex's. But yeah, I do agree with Just Carrier on that one. Keeping the railguns with the carrier kind of means that your whole army is moving at 37 speed, which is really, really slow. So it might be nice to just have these guys move forward on their own, right? But that's okay, that's okay. He'll get there eventually. And I really don't see what Gull is supposed to be able to do about this. He does have 3 heavy rails at this point, but no calibration, and Mag Excel is already done, plus the upgrades are coming out here for Ap3x. I think I saw a dart maneuver. Yeah, look at that. Oh, and I was wrong. He actually has full armor ups, doesn't he? Oh, well, that's kind of cool. I don't think it'll be enough, but it is pretty interesting. Picking peanut butter out of sand. That's not a saying I've ever heard before, but I kind of like it. Anyway, rails from Ap3x is gonna do, I think, the sensible thing. Just target the enemy heavy rails first, and then just go for the assault rails. That's kind of how you want to play this, because the heavy rails are the only thing that can really fight back here. And that's the army from Gold done, and that should be the game as well. Yep, there it is. And Ap3x gonna take a nice and easy game number 1. And that's again why Just Carrier was saying he calls that sort of build what he does. I call it middle of the road, you know, because you're sort of trying to you're trying to go for a bit of eco and a little bit of army, but then as a result, if your opponent is just massing on eco, you don't have enough to match him, and if your opponent is rushing you don't have enough army. I think that Just Carrier is completely correct in that, in other words. So this time we're going to see something a little different, it looks like. Well, no, he did actually bring the base runner out last time as well. I think he accidentally put the scanner here instead of there. But that's alright, that's alright. This is kind of the more direct path to your opponent's base, but people generally don't go this way because they sort of know that your opponent's going to be watching it. And look at that, the base runner actually retires after all. That's interesting. I hadn't really paid a whole lot of attention to... Gold's build last game, so let's watch it here a little bit closer and see what he's doing exactly. Because that is ref mode pretty quick, although he is floating 160, so I think it could be a little bit faster if he would retire the base runner right away. That's still not bad. And then Skimmer Fab should come out, there it is. The reason you do that, of course, you don't have scouting on the enemy side of the map, so you don't know what's going on, so you need to get Skimmer Fab before making more salvagers, or else you might just die to an LAV rush. And then building salves, I mean, this all looks good. This all looks good to me so far. Yes, if you guys haven't seen Master Chief's posts on Receiver 2, they're very funny. Judge Moose Browning. The M1 horse. The M2 heavy horse. He's still making salves and just has a couple skims. I mean, this looks fine to me. By the way, he doesn't need the PC to move faster because he does already have ref mode, yeah, but this guy hasn't got the resources banked up yet, so it's fine for him to stay out in the field there. I actually really like trying to catch that probe. So I think Goal has gone for a much better build this time. This is pretty solid. He eventually died of leg. I love the insinuation that, like, John Moses Browning Glock-legged himself. He had 1911 siblings. That was good, Master Chief. That was really good. Well, I hope that there's a 2PC on the way pretty soon, though. That's kind of the only thing that I think Gold still needs. And you'll notice he's got quite a lot of RUs and still making RU cells. Actually, a lot of times you'll see up in the top level, people will drop the... they'll drop one of these RU miners and go have him mine CUs over here so that they can get away with not building one, and then get their second PC out even faster. No! Sense cover upgrades! Ah! Hey, just like I said last game, you know, the reason I'm always getting on people to get those production lines is because having more of the unit is a lot better than having the few of them be stronger, so... Oh, and missile ship fab? It's pretty early to go for that. I mean, you could go scout with the sand skimmers and see what's going on. You don't need to get missile ship, and that's gonna delay the 2PC timing even more. Snad skipper and upgrade. Yes. Yeah, but see, that's what I was saying earlier. That PC moving around was actually a pretty good fake out. And if it had killed the probe, it would have been even better. So. And all the kill drones were turrets. Yeah, I got a kick out of that one too. That's the rank 1 TC experience right there, you know. Okay, where's that 2PC goal? Where's that 2PC? Any day now. Oh no, he's getting more upgrades. Oh. I shouldn't be too critical, you know. This is lower place, of course. I think you meant to say why aren't there 20 LABs, but you get the idea. Bit of a nice trade there as well for gold. Now, obviously AAVs are pretty good against Strikecraft, but you do need to mask them up, so that's why Ap3x is not going to take that fight yet. Wants to get a little bit more units out here before he goes in. And now that the AAV has been seen, I reckon that Goal is feeling a little bit awkward about having the missile ship here. I mean, obviously it can, you know, fire the direct fire barrage, but it's not exactly a counter to AAVs. So you're gonna have a lot of trouble getting good value out of this thing. And yes, I agree. Just more AVs, more AVs. Although I think he's trying to get his base set up here first. Armor 2 would also be really nice. Makes a big difference against the skims. But Railgun Fab, oh no, he doesn't need that. Oh, he was Haibo playing. That does make sense. That does make sense. Yeah, you really just want more AVs, and this is a time when like the coalition player can really smash his opponent up, you know. So you don't want to take all this time and be really slow and then let your opponent get a nice defense. Otherwise, you'll feel very sad. I do like the frontline SC though. That's kind of cool. Actually, no, I take it back. I don't like it because of what just Carrier is saying. He's right here. You could just have, like, 2 AAVs instead of that, that would be better. Oh, and the direct fire barrage is actually massive. Whoa. That wasn't supposed to happen. But even so, Skim's trading in for far too long here. They're gonna go down. And unless you got railguns, you don't really have anything here. Building a salvager at this point is quite dubious. We do have the first railgun coming out, so that's good. Even so, though, I would be leaving this base because I think everyone here is gonna die. Yeah, it looks like he's figured that out, but a little bit late. They're taking fire now. The sight lines, of course, always a little bit awkward on this map as well. Oh no! Don't keep going forward. If Ap3x is on it, he'll kill this railgun for sure. Ooh. We do have one assault out, but I think it was actually, like, spawning while the PC was taking fire, so it came out in half, which was pretty rough. Ooh. Yeah, this isn't ideal. He can kill this one, too. And this base needs to be evacuating as well, now otherwise we're having railguns popping out in danger. Not ideal. This is not where you want the game to be. Yeah, and you can see Gull knows it, right? I think oftentimes we ask ourselves, what are we supposed to do in this position? The real answer is don't get into it. You're dead here. So, Ap3x is going to take game 2 again. And honestly, that was not... Yeah, like 4 AVs? 5? That was not a lot of AVs. So the fact that that was able to just run him over really shows, I think, Goal was being far too aggressive with the salvager count on the end there. You can't be building salvagers when your opponent is, like, knocking on the doorstep. You gotta be making army. What would A-game do? He'd probably do about what Gull did. No, I think he would. I think he would just surrender. Ooh. The glow! The wonderful glow! Can you not see it, General? By the way, the ball is clearly not covering this spot, but like if a unit drives in there, it actually will be targeting jammed. So what do you know? Anyway, I actually like to put the TJ over here because I think it kind of makes sense. If people want to make a run by on me, they're going to go through that route, and then I have the starting ALM and everything. Kind of just slows people down on the attack, but I do like just seeing that TJ put somewhere. And it's the same build from Goal here. I should say, scoreline is 2-0 for Ap3x. So this is a best of 7 because it's the finals, so he's not on match point here. But he does definitely want to need the TJ on the ALM to maximize profit. No, don't do that. But yeah, he does need to start winning some games here. And he's gonna look for it in the shallows. It's a nice map to go eco. In fact, one thing that you can do on well, really on any map, but I think it's especially good on the shallows, is that instead of firing the scanner out in mid like this, which actually is kind of always bad, I think if you want to retire the base runner, you should just put it over here or something, so it doesn't have to move. But you can drive it up toward your opponent's side of the map and stick the scanner like over here or whatever, so that you can see what the carrier's doing. And that will give you like the intel on whether or not you need to be making army or not. And in that case, you don't need to make skims at all in the beginning, and you can get away with being really greedy. In the 4th aim. There's actually some kind of fun mind games where like the Saban player will try to stick the TJ where he thinks the scanner is gonna go, and then the scanner will land and give no vision, which is hilarious, but very hard to do that, of course. There's a lot of places you could put it. Unlikely that you'll both choose the same spot exactly. The M2 heavy horse. I don't know, there's something about that line in particular that just makes me die. I can't handle it. More like he needs to predict the future. Yeah, so like I was saying, very hard. I think the LAVs will just about win this fight, by the way. Yep, very nice, very nice. The Edge Tub, yeah, it's for edgelords. It's the hot tub specifically designed for them. Hey, it's Couchmao! Nice of you to join us. This is lower bracket finals right now. We're on game 3. We're gonna cast both today, so stick around. Ah, Master Chief, that is a good question. That is a good question. It's because I'm lazy, man, that's why. I always have these, like, great ideas, like, ooh, this would be so funny, and then I just don't do it, because I'm stupid. 2 base AVs, by the way, no surprise there, but we don't have carry production upgrade this time, so it's gonna slow them down quite a bit. Yeah, that's true, these guys are, like, on death's door here. And I think they are gonna get killed now. LAVs are slower than skims, of course. Doesn't even manage to pick off ones, that's pretty good. Does Gull have railguns? He does. Oh, but it's spawning there. Oh no. Well, maybe he just dies again. At least we have 2 PC this time, but I'd really be moving this one back to the carrier at this point. Sandskimmers here really should be targeting the guy who is armor broken as well. I guess they both were actually, but still, that one's so low, you should really just finish that off. And again, like, look how many AVs, it's just 2, you know, he's got a couple more coming. This is not like some... This is not some formidable expeditionary force, it's just like 2 AVs, right? You shouldn't be dying to this. It's gonna get some pretty huge value here, and this base is still not evacuated, so he's not gonna be getting out anytime soon. Plus, he's building Sandskimmers? Dubious. Dubious. I don't think that's what you need here, and the railgun's going forward! You gotta back up, back up, back up. Oh, dear. And, like, the Shallows is a pretty good defensive map because you can, like, use this high ground here to protect yourself, and this one as well, but when you get to this point, all of those elements of the defense are kind of gone, because you don't have that space anymore, so... No, I said evacuated, alright. Very, very different. Very, very different. Nice smoke up on the rail, by the way. I think he's gonna get it, too. Would even be cool to, like, see this guy drive off and then get smoked by his buddies, but not gonna happen. Oh no, and this railgun spawns in danger as well. Oh no. Ouch. And these skins trying for like a bit of a run by, but they've been caught by the AVs as well. Oh man. Suboptimal. Suboptimal. There's no two ways about it. Oh, nice. Gets away. Oh! Oh! The fadeaway! Oh, man. Oh, wait, no. It's a fadeaway if the guy's, like, moving away when he shoots, isn't it? Anyway. It'd be cool if it drove off and somehow went up the Kartoba. Yeah, I agree, man. Oh, that'd be sick. Needed to be involved in the defense. Either that or just not exist at all. He didn't need to build them either. Yeah, pretty rough, man. Pretty rough. And if I were Apex again, I think I would just go air here. Yeah, for real, bro. For real. We actually do have veterancy in DOK, but it just kind of never does anything. So we don't generally pay attention to that. And again, I think the rails are too close here. AV's gonna smoke up, but this is a little bit more scary of a fight. Yeah, it's Apex gonna back away. I'm not sure who was gonna win that one, but it was probably not the AVs. But the railguns are getting closer again. Ah! You must learn your lesson. Oh. Oh no. I mean, you get close to the AVs, they're always gonna beat you. That's why you need to use that range advantage. Oh, dearie me. Oh. Well. Slaughter Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, and sure enough, Goal is like, this is not working for me. He's gonna back away. Or back away. He's gonna GG out. He's gonna give up. And that makes the scoreline 3-0 as we move into this next game. GG is the answer. No, Apex is right. I mean, railguns can beat AVs like that. You just have to make sure you're not, like, driving right up next to them, so... Skill is the answer. Sounds like there's a couple answers here, but none of them were used, so that's gonna be game over. Well, that's not true. GG was used. GG was used. They need support. Well, you could just make like 20 of them and then, you know. But they're very expensive. It's hard to do that. It's hard to do that. Yes, ARs will die too, but I do think that they're pretty nice because they actually are faster than the AVs. I say that, like, ARs have the range advantage to AVs, and then people are like, yeah, the range advantage of, like, 10 meters or something, which is true, it's very slow, but the difference is that they're faster, right? So you really can use that, range difference quite well with the assault railguns, because you're quicker than them. Especially if you have the dart maneuver. Oh, yeah, you're thinking of vanilla. Yeah, yeah. So in vanilla, the AV, I think, does 11 damage per shot, and then the assault railgun, with its armor upgrades, can get up to 10. And so, like, literally, you can 1v8. It's ridiculous, because these AVs are doing, like, 1 damage per shot, and the assault railgun is doing effective damage. Not like that in Jaraci. In Jaraci, the AAVs really shred. But only if they can get up on top of things. Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't even think you can call them good anymore. It's like a different level, you know. I think so, yeah. So, you know, it's still making a big difference, but not nearly like it is in vanilla. Not nearly. Just a lot of units in vanilla are like that. There's a lot of, like, really hard counters in vanilla, and in Jaraci they're just not quite the same. That was kind of weird. Idle alert! Idle alert! That's okay, though. It's just an RU guy. Not super important right now. Just have to catch that before, like, 14 minutes pass. We've seen that kind of thing before. It happens. Oh, that's kind of weird looking. Well, you know, I'm just happy he's not idle anymore. He got him. I've never heard it put like that, Carrier, but you know, you've got a point. TJs really are pretty, aren't they? First blood. Game's over, man. Just GG right now. And we got Rail Fab already for the Galician player here. I think that's a response to like getting killed by AVs twice in a row. He's like, no more. You're not doing that again, right? I can respect it. In this case, though, it really would be good to get this last RU guy here. Yeah, I guess they were played some time ago, weren't they? Just, you know, just me casting things on time, as always. Yes. Last year, literally. I think this is gonna be like a... Oh no! The Sandskimmer won with 10 HP! I thought they were gonna kill each other there. It happens sometimes. Oh my gosh, he's long hauling RUs, but there's a... Ugh. Yeah, which is pretty impressive because DOK wasn't even out back then, but like, these guys were so dedicated to the game that they played these games at a time when the game hadn't even released yet, which is pretty cool. It's true, I like the mind games, you know, the mind games. This definitely is a 3v3 build, though. I can agree with that. Also known as, don't build anything but eco. At least, you know, the heavy railguns are going to be good against whatever he goes up against later, but he's just falling really far behind on eco, that's all. Does have another PC on the way, though, so he's going to get up to 3 base now. But again, that's the problem of not having very good scouting, is that you never quite know what you need to be getting. And in this case, we're going to be pretty sad that we didn't, you know, we didn't just jump to 3 base as fast as our opponent. Ap3x is actually already moving out for like the carrier hammer play, you know what I mean? This really is quite a 3v3 style here. And he'll get away with it. I mean, his opponent's just not really ready. 3v3 build, don't do anything until you get the nuke. Yeah, right. Fighter and gunship teching here, by the way. Carrier was just scouted, though, and you can see that air tech is not here, so you don't need to be getting that. Missile ship can be cancelled. You thought you were coalition this game as well. I do love the armor upgrades, but it might be nice to get a couple railguns eventually. Okay, I think he's building them now. if I'm reading the lights correctly. Yeah, well, some people can, apparently. Now, I will say, heavy railguns with the range calibration, they're going to be a pretty good answer to the Saban rails until you get enough of them, right? And like Armor 3 is already done, we're going to see Mag XL before too long. Yep, there it is. You know, so eventually I think that Saban rails do have the edge there. Although this is a really good map for range calibration. But the other problem is, look where his army is situated, right? And that means that, like, this area here, I think, is as far as he can range. And if the AVs are allowed to just chill out behind this hill, it's going to be really hard to hold this base. So, I really wish that goal would have been trying to hold this from this hill instead. There is a hill there. It's a little hard to see from top down. But even though, even despite the great decal work, you know, of course. But if you know, you know. But yeah, I think it would have been nice for him to be holding a little bit further forward like that so that he doesn't lose the base, but that's true, yeah. From like this side of the KT. But again, like a couple sand skimmers down there, just keeping vision, right? You shouldn't have to worry about that too much. Still missing an RU self, by the way, so that's unfortunate, but other than that, he's full sad. Oh, well, you can't go up there now! Oh, dear. Okay, well, he's backing away, that's good, that's good. Ah, just Carrier's saying he prefers this position. He is pretty good at this game. But he's wrong! Actually, kind of a nice missile ship barrage there, by the way. Hold the LEVs off. Still, though, these units are not really what you want to have in this scenario. Honor guards, though, that would be great. That'd be great if we can get it. Would also be great to get a RU miner here. Look, you can see how many CUs he's floating, right? It's because it's very hard to spend it when you're trying to build railguns and you're just out of RUs. Getting one more on RUs would help there. Honor guard's coming out, though. You like to see it. And I would like to see a blob of LAVs. That would be impressive. A blob of sand skimmers as well. Just, you know, threaten flanks if you can, although that'll be hard with the AVs, but they can also be used to screen up in the front line. It'd just be nice to have them, right? Otherwise, you've got, like, you know, 2k in the bank, and it's not really doing anything for you. But rail armor, too. Very good, very good. Oh, I guess he needs fleet camp, though. Yeah, right? Like, that's 20 sand skimmers just in the bank, you know? So, would be good to convert them into a usable format. And Ap3x is kind of stalled out here. He's not really sure what he wants. Looks like he's going for artifacts for now, though, and that's actually a good play. You know, make your opponent come to you. But what I'd really like to see is one of these players, you know, focus on that flank, because otherwise you can really let your opponent sort of beat you up. I do like the AVs chilling back at home, though. That's kind of a nice touch to say, well, I'm too lazy to worry about the flanks, so I'll just, you know, I'll just put AVs on my bases, and then they won't get killed. Know thine self, you know? Range calibration. I saw them warming up for a shot there, but they didn't get it off. Missile battery fabbed! Aw, see again, you really need to be scouting your opponents that you can not get techs you don't need. Although it's a little harder now that the probe can get shot down by missile ships, but it still would be nice to do. It's a nice thought, you know, it's a nice thought. Missile batteries are teching to counter missile ships! Yes! By the way, can we just point out, even if there was air coming here from Ap3x, like, I don't think that these missile ships are really in a position to do anything about it. Okay, but we did get the blob of skims, which is great. And yeah, we do have actually a flank attempt, but it's not going to get anything done in this case, so he's going to reroute them back over here. Looks like he really wants to throw down to try to deny the artifact. It's a bit late for that, but that's okay, as long as he backs out after getting the kill here. Oh no. Oh. Okay, but range calibration could be big here. Press R for win. Alas. If the Swan rails can range you, then you could definitely range them with calibration on. Here comes the backstab attempt as well. Keep our eyes over on that fight though, because it's obviously going to be pretty important. But yeah, again, you can see just a couple of AVs back at home really stops things pretty well. Ah! Oh no, why are they moving forward? Oh my gosh, he's trying to EMP. No! What? Oh goodness gracious. Okay, EMP has a pretty short range, so you need to not, you know, it's not to be used in this kind of scenario. It's like a get out of jail free card when you get jumped on by LAVs and stuff. Stops the AV push really well. That's okay though, that's okay. Range calibration's turned back on. Honor Guard should actually be, I think, a little bit further forward, because doesn't it have more vision? Well, you know, maybe that's actually a really good way for the missile ships to get involved, right? Use them to kind of pick up vision there. Hey, speaking of missile ships, fighter and gunship tech actually came out. Interesting. I didn't know that it did. That's interesting. Yeah, I would have thought RDMP would stun for longer. Well, you have to ask A-Game that one. I don't know. I don't know. Would be good to get these guys in on the fight as well, by the way. Sure would, wouldn't it, Cal? Sure would. Oh well, it can't be done. We do have our third PC, so that's nice. Carrier unlock potential as well, actually, if he wants it. Although he doesn't have any tech, so well, he's got power 1, he's teching 2. The carrier flank! Old school, I like it, I like it. Now the real question, Carrier, is why is the ALM stun so long? Ugh. Oh, is that true? They just immobilized. That's interesting. I mean, I guess it's not really much of a difference for these Galzian units that are like spine mounted. Also, I kind of like the distribution of the railguns here. Actually, it's kind of cool. I want that other honor guard to like come hold this hill though. Range calibration as well. Like, I'll turn that on. It's a nuke! Yeah, I can see he thought he was coalition here. Oh dear, and that carrier is getting roasted as well. Oh my gosh. But again, range calibration, like I think you'd actually be hitting that Galzian or Swan carrier right now. Maybe it won't even matter. Whoa. The carrier's getting really low. Oh, the honor guard with the snipe. Oh dear. Well, I guess he walked up into, what was that, 20 Galzian heavy railguns? That does happen. Alright. It'd be nice if the army wasn't trying to run away. Yeah. Playing while high is a vanilla strat. I agree. Well, that means that Morte is going to stay in the series. Scoreline is still 1-3, though. He's down a lot and still on match point here. And we move onto the Boneyard. Some jokes never die. Indeed. Match point last game, too. I guess I forgot to mention that. But what is the point of the match? Good question. Good question. No, it's just like the alcohol confidence peak. You know what I mean? Like, being drunk makes you worse, right? But like, there's a certain point of intoxication. There's just a certain magical point where you become like way better. You know? Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. This is why Descara is so good. You'll never see him playing tournament finals without a couple of beers. So. There's ref mode. Pretty good resource distribution for this time as well. I don't think he was floating more than like 50 there. Without alcohol? Well, how do you manage that? Just be crazy, I see. Speaking of crazy, I don't know what Ap3x is doing right now. There we go. He's getting back onto his base. There's something pleasing about seeing the Rex open up. Very fun. Is he still LDMing his? No, I think he's close enough now. I don't ever think of DOK eco as being particularly complicated, you know? It's surprising how often we see mistakes like that. Oh no, is he doing it again? Oh. Oh, dearie me. By the way, this is base order retention this time from Ap3x. And if your goal, you might be cut off by this because you don't see the probes. You might think, okay, it's going to be LAV aggro this time, just as it was in game 1, but not going to be the case. Well, actually, I guess in game 1 he did go 2-base, didn't he? Anyway. I think he might be LDMing this RU miner here, which is a little bit awkward, but the CU guys are fine. Are you calling him a bozo, or are you referring to me? But yes, if you can do the timing correctly, you want to land carry production and LAV fab right at the same time. But it's a little easier said than done. You think you're playing Coalition. There's the artifact. And it looks like it'll be AV fab once again. That's true, Just Carrier did actually play the whole tournament as random, so. Wait, it's all Coalition? Always has been. Quick, put down an anti-air turret. You might save the base for it. Is it randoms or random? It's gotta be random, right? That makes the most sense to me, anyway. And I'm a native speaker, so whatever I say goes. You can't even contest. But you can't ignore. Yeah, that's true. Also, I love how these sand skimmers keep, like, dancing inside of the TJ's range there. Whoever's piloting those skims needs to be fired, you know? Everybody should be a Jaraci enjoyer, frankly. Oh, nice shot, nice shot. Whoa! Battle cruisers, let's go. Pretty early there. His 3-base timing is faster than his opponent. He's not really been attacked at all. So, you know, he'll probably get away with it. Oh, is that true? Okay, so whenever they're in the TJ, they think, okay, I need to be further away to fight. And then whenever they get out of the TJ, they're like, okay, let's get back in closer. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Oh, that's wonderful. It's gonna be interceptors this time, though. And I think Goal really kind of needs to get a lot done with him because he doesn't know, but there's gonna be a really strong attack coming if he just lets his opponent get up onto the tech that he wants. He does have bombers coming, though. Peanut butter. Peanut bombers. Afterburner. Approval. I approve. I approve. Yeah, the ideal would be launch it. I think it's 6 that you need in order to like snipe an SC and then, you know, take out one of the bases. It's going for bombers though, so you know you could do it with bombers too, and that'll be fine. And then you're actually still gonna have to reckon with the battle cruisers, but it's a lot easier if you can sort of get yourself off the clock. But don't do this! No, 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 no! Oh, I guess he feels like he needs to because the AVs are here. But... oh, that's really unfortunate though, because now the air reveal is kind of borked, right? Like now your opponent knows that air is coming, he'll just get the anti-air that he needs, and then you won't really be able to do that strong hit. Yeah, what he needed was assault ships here so that he wouldn't have to use... oh, that's interesting. Ap3x actually smoked off a salvage before. Yeah, he really needed assault ships here so that he wouldn't have to use his air in order to counter the enemy push, but... yeah, I can imagine it's not going to be pretty. This base is getting hooned on as well, as the old magpie would say. I am glad at least that the like interceptors aren't attacking LAVs, but I don't really think the bombers should be hitting them either. Besides, like if you kill off the AV, your skims can clean this up, so that really should be the target. Does smoke affect air? No, it does not. Air units don't require line of sight, so they can shoot even if the target isn't smoke. Fun fact, until fairly recently, the missile ship direct fire barrage would actually... I'm coughing now. Whoa! Oh dear. God himself doesn't want me to say this. Until quite recently, the missile ship direct fire barrage would actually hit air units as well, so... oh yeah, that's true! It had like an extra damage modifier against air units. I don't know why, like... like, who programmed that in? That had to have been, like, deliberately done, you know? SC gets sniped, we do lose 1, 2 interceptors for it, though, so it's not terrible. And yeah, it's true, no PC kills, so that's good. And yeah, it is. It's a tech that the Galzian player can get after researching bombers. Makes the air units recharge faster. And Gull has it. I mean, this is a hard air commitment here. Hard air. That sounds questionable. We'll just forget about that. Honor Guard tech is coming out. I actually like this. He needs something to answer the battle cruisers, but Honor Guard's not necessarily the call here. I think just the heavy railguns would be good. Well, I mean, I don't know. Honor Guards aren't terrible against battle cruisers either, but Saban BCs are pretty, Saban BCs are actually pretty good at killing those. Okay, well, Carrier, you're getting too low level there. Most people don't understand how the game really works behind the scenes. Yeah, technically it's like the carrier has an ability to launch an air unit and then... oh dear! Oh no 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 no! Don't do this! Don't do this! Ah! Oh. Anyway, the carrier has an ability to launch air units, and then the ability goes on cooldown when they return to the carrier, and it reduces the cooldown time. But realistically, you know, we get it. We get it. I mean, reduces the cooldown of the air units. Wow, that is a lot of missile batteries. That is true. Ap3x hasn't gone air at all this series. He did get fighter and gunship last game for some reason, but... never built them. Here comes the smoke up, but there's not actually a whole lot of AVs here. I think they ought to just wait for the BCs. This doesn't strike me as their fight. The base is evacuating though, so... seems like this feint is actually kind of worked off a little bit. Worked off? It's worked out. You know what I mean. Bombers, by the way, really can't engage on this force, because there's a little bit of anti-air there. But you could very well use the bombers to attack the main base. That would be a good use for their time at the moment. Oh, no, 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 not this, not this, not this. Oh, no. It's a massacre. It's a massacre. And yeah, smoke doesn't affect air units, but the BC smoke gives them healing, so that's why he's doing it here. Oh, man. The entire Air Force for goal is dead now, except for one bomber. And they didn't even really accomplish much. They took the BCs to half. That's cool, I guess. Oh, no. Okay, we do have honor guards on the way. That's something. Go Morte lore. Oh, hey, it's a third BC. Good, 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 good. I felt like things were getting, you know, the numbers were too small there. So. Yeah, well, it turned out that, like, in a vanilla game, anytime they use the BC smoke ability, they're just sort of dead anyway. So, giving them heal makes it quite a lot more dynamic. By the way, what a massacre. That was pretty cool. Baza! How was Brazil? Well, I wouldn't know per se, but I'm sure it's a nice place. Just as long as you don't threaten to send me there. It's gonna be range calibration. I don't hate that. That can be good. Oh, what's that one dude's name? Ricardo something, I'm sure. You know, the famous, like, Brazilian stripper. Whatever. Brazil's an awesome place if you're that guy. Looks like second base evacuating now. I don't blame him. I would keep running these rails too, though. Looks like he is going to. Honor Guard was actually not covered by the smoke there. That was kind of a cool play by Ap3x. But I mean, this is definitely a winning type of fight here, right? The AVs are in range, the BCs are doing their damage, right? Okay, I'm gonna ruin my search history by looking up Brazilian stripper. Oh gosh. It's all pornography. Meme. Okay, there we go. Ricardo Milos, that's the guy's name. Ricardo Milos. You know, yeah, if you're that guy, then Brazil is a really cool place. What's the score? The score is game over. Ap3x wins the series. Skadoosh. So yeah, you joined just in time, Spy. And that's gonna be it. It's a 4-1 for Ap3x. And he is the winner of the lower bracket of Jaraci Cup 18, so... golf claps. And we shall move on to the next one. But thank you guys for tuning in. And for those of you in 4 years who watch this when it finally goes up on YouTube. And I'll see you in the next one.